Hey guys, so welcome to another video, Process Project Life video. Here I'm just putting a hole into that blue label tag thing, and I'm going to put that gold and white ribbon in through the hole, and it's going to end up being like a little tag thing. I'm just going to quickly do that, and then we'll move on to Future Music Festival. I found it really hard to get it small. Small enough to be able to fit in the pocket. So here's Future Music Festival, and I just bought some watercolors, so I go a little bit crazy with this layout, but I really like how it turned out in the end. So here I'm just flipping through some Project Life cards, kind of seeing which ones I might want to use and stuff. And I had a lot of foil overlays that I really wanted to use, but only I think 2 got onto the layout. But anyway, I'll just tell you about what happened during the day. I went with my friend Brooke, who is in that blue dress in the middle section of the Project Life sleeve, because I was meant to go with my ex, who's in the bottom left-hand corner, but we broke up. So I went with Brooke, and then halfway through the concert, because it's like a 12 p.m. to 12 a.m., like it's a full-on like day. We got sick halfway through. Brooke is gluten-free, and pretty much all the food there had gluten in it. And then I got sunburnt. Not sunburnt, what is it? Sunstroke. Like, I wasn't drinking enough water, and I just felt really, really sick. So we went to the first aid tent, and I got I got hydrated with some electrolytes, which made me feel a little bit better. And Brooke just went home, and I was like, no worries, like my ex, we're still friends. He'll let me like chill with him. And anyway, his phone died because he changed his iPhone 6 to an iPhone 5 for the event because he didn't want it to get ruined, which is fair enough. But it died, and so I was texting all of his friends. I was texting anyone from home who would know the people that he's with numbers. So I basically walked around the concert grounds by myself for roughly about 2 hours. And I was like on the verge of tears. I was so upset. I didn't want to ring my mum yet because she'd freak out and like want to come out and get me. And then I was about to give up, and I saw Zach and Tenno, who are Josh's really good mates, and I knew them when I was in a relationship with my ex. And immediately when I saw them, I cried my eyes out, walked away because I didn't want them to see me crying. And then I just walked behind them because I knew that Josh would be going back to them at some point. So I just sat behind them crying, waiting for Josh. And then they saw me and they came over and gave me a hug, and they were like, what's wrong? And I was like, oh, I'm just by myself and I'm scared and everyone's on drugs and there's police everywhere, and I just really didn't want to be alone. And they're like, it's alright, Josh should be back in a second. So I was really thankful that they cared about me enough to take care of me and hug me a bit. So that's the 2 people down in that bottom left-hand corner, my ex and Zach. Zach with the blonde hair. And Zach's a really funny guy, so he was cheering me up the whole time, even though I was like half crying. And then my ex was just hugging me, and he screamed out that he still loved me, which was a bit weird, especially because it was all his friends there. But I was just really grateful for them too, because they could have easily just said, I don't want to hang with you or whatever, because there was one of the guys that absolutely hated me during the relationship, and he hated me being there. But anyway, back to the layout. All I did was just watercolor that card that I'm going to put my future ticket on. And you guys know the story of the future ticket. I had it in my bra because I wanted it to be safe and not lose it, and then my boob sweat made it stick to me, and then it made the paper rip off. So that's why I have that like ripped off bit on the future ticket, which I'm really sad about. But these are just the 2 guys that took care of me after my friend Brooke went home. So I'm just going to write out True Friends in this really cool glittery aqua kind of alpha set, which I absolutely love. I use it a lot through this layout, and it's just my go-to alpha. It's just like the perfect size, and I love the colors, so it just really worked well. So as you saw before, I just backed those two photos into cardstock so that they wouldn't shift around the pocket. And then I'm just going to stick that little label down. And with this Live Your Adventure, I really wanted to use it, and I knew exactly how I wanted to watercolor it, but then I couldn't put my ticket into the layout, so I didn't use it, but I did watercolor it and show you how I watercolored it, and I'll probably use it in another layout, but I really liked how it turned out. And I really love this effect of just splattering the paint everywhere. And you know me, I'm a colourful rainbow kind of person. So this card is just my absolute favourite. I wish I got it onto the layout, but I just didn't. There's a close-up. It's a little bit blurry, but you kind of get the idea. And now I videoed myself doing the card that I'm not using, and the card that I am using, I didn't video how I, oh, that's just a paper clip that's got a love, heart, and like. Because I didn't want to glue my ticket down because it unfolds, so I just put a little clip there to hold it in place. And then that smile card, you saw it before, all I did was just do those colourful dots in the watercolours and just kind of dot them on in different colours that kind of were the same as the smile. And I think that card turned out really nicely. So here I'm just going to play with my foil overlays and some white ones as well. They're kind of hard to use. Like, I bought heaps of them because I was like, oh my god, it's going to be totally amazing for my project life. So I bought like packet after packet, and I just kept on coming in through the mail, and I didn't realize how many I bought. I think I've mentioned this before, and so I really like that colourful one actually. I should have used it. And so I'm really trying to use them up, but I'm just finding it really hard. I mean, they look awesome, but they're just hard to use, I find anyway. Hopefully I'll get better at it. But I really like those arrows, those gold arrows, so I use them on those two top photos. So now I'm done with some of the photos. I'm just going to slide some of them in. And that one was really hard to slide in because the watercolors make it soft. And then the other photo, oh my god, I can't speak. The other photo in that pocket was also watercolored, so they were both like soft. So it was really hard to slide it in. But I'm just sliding a couple of them in. Oh, this one I wanted to do something with, so I just put a little sticker that says, "Too good to be true." Because last year there wasn't any rides, and this year there was, and so I just kind of thought it kind of went. Too good to be true. And because me and my friend were feeling awesome, we didn't actually go on that ride that's in that photo. We went on another ride, which was like the pirate ship. So it goes up and down. It goes like a full, like, so you're hanging upside down, which really didn't make us feel good either, but we didn't vomit, we survived. So now I'm just painting up this little poster that I took a photo of. It was actually in a City Beach store, which I was buying my outfit from, but they had a poster of all the people that were going. So I just snapped a photo of it, and now I'm just watercoloring it. I think I should have left it plain and not watercolored it, but as I said, I just got my watercolors and I went a bit crazy. Now I'm just going to back these two photos, and then I'm going to cut that the gold arrow foil overlay in half, just so I can have it over the photo of me, because it was a little bit too busy over the other one. And then I'm just going to put some, I think the rhinestones or gems or whatever you want to call it, and I'm just going to put a couple of them on the overlay, and then just slide that into the pocket. So I found it a bit tricky finding where to cut, but I just kind of put it over the overlay and then just, well, you saw, just stuck it down with my finger and then cut it. And then there was like a little bit of plastic on the other side of the arrow, and just to kind of have the arrow so that they were just on my photo, I just cut it off and it worked perfectly. So now I'm just putting the gems or rhinestones on, or diamantes, whatever you want to call them, just kind of in the colours that are in the layout, and sliding it into the pocket. So now I'm going to do my journaling on that today card. Oh, but first instead of backing them on cardstock, I thought I'd just save some on my paper and use a bit of washi tape. And yes, this washi tape is really pretty and I really like it, but purple's just really hard to use, actually. Plus that checkered pattern. Funny, I just used a bit of that washi tape, and now I'm just going to do my journaling, which I had a lot to journal about because I was feeling sad, and then I was happy because I found my ex, and then me and ex we were dancing together, and he was like behind me hugging me, and then oh no, we didn't kiss. I wanted to kiss him though. But it was awkward because all his friends were there, and then I said goodbye to all of his friends, and I hugged all of them, even though half of them hate me. So it was just really awkward. But me and him are good friends now, and we hang out about once a week, sometimes twice a week. And of course, I couldn't leave this card plain. I wanted to watercolor it. So I just did some light watercoloring, which I think looks nice, but I think I should have, like that orange is a little bit strong. I mean, you can still read it, but it's a little bit hard. But I like the way it turned out. But then of course, I did some splatters. I think that's what they're called, splatters. And that just kind of made it way too busy. But once I dab it with the tissue, it dulls everything down because it dries a lot lighter than what it is wet, which is good. But I still love this card. The bird kind of gets jumbled up in all the paint. You can't really see it afterwards. But I still really like this card. Ooh, excuse me. I just woke up about an hour ago. Actually, an hour and a half ago. Shouldn't be sleepy. But I was going to work on another process video instead of doing the voiceover for this video this morning. But I checked the photos that I had printed off, and instead of being the 4x6 size, they're actually a bigger size. So they're probably like an 8.8 4x5 or something. 8x5 or something. They're like a bigger size, so they don't fit into the pockets. So I'm gonna have to go back and print them all off again. And it cost me like $300 to print my photos off. So I'm not happy about it. Especially because I just bought a car. That's why I haven't been doing any process videos or put a video up on YouTube or done this voiceover for a while. It's because I got a car and I've been driving it everywhere. And I'll tell you the story when I do the process video for that. But it was intense. So here I've got a little pocket insert. These photos are going to be back to back. And I wasn't going to put these photos in, but then I was like, oh, I'll do a little bit of interest and I'll do a little insert, which is like a third of a page of a normal pocket page. So I basically just cut it off, cut it in half, and then chucked out the other half. And I'm just going to put these photos in. There's just one on my suntan. Yes, it's a little bit nudie-rudie, so I do cover it up with a sticker. I've got a little bit of journaling just about how I was feeling afterwards. I wasn't sure about putting that photo of everyone in because, as I said, half of them weren't really my friends. And it wasn't really the best day, you know, like I cried a lot and all that kind of stuff. But I decided to put it in. It's what happened, and yeah, what happened. It's my life. Yeah. I got moved into my spare room, which is now kind of becoming my craft room slowly. Because my mum and my sister hated me being on the dining room table because it was always dirty and it just looked bad for guests and stuff. So I was happy about it to have my own craft room, but as you can see, I had the tripod on the side of me, not in front of me, because I didn't have that depth of the table. So now the camera's kind of the other way. So you guys are kind of looking at it side on. And if I put it the other way, then there'd be too much black and it'd be too small, if you kind of can understand that. So I had to put it this way, but I have fixed it up for my next couple of videos. So we just had to put up with it for this next little bit. But that's alright, you can still kind of see it. So I just got some stickers there, some Emojicon stickers just to say how I was feeling, stuff like that. That one just had sunnies on, so I thought they kind of went with my suntan. And then I tried to use these letters up, but they weren't going to fit. And I really wanted to showcase those stars on the sticker, those little like star things, yeah. And of course I used that aqua blue glittery alpha again with the title above my journaling, which worked in really well with that the little star that was on the card. It was like the perfect colour. And of course I put a couple of enamel dots and a couple of, and one gem or diamante or whatever you want to call it. And yes, that love heart does look weird now, but I do fix it up. So that label just says our crew, because that was kind of everyone we went with. And they were all pinging off their face, which is a brag if some of you don't know that. So they all kind of look weird in that photo. That's kind of didn't really want to put it on. But yeah, it was a good time. I was happy that I got to spend time with my ex. I always wanted an ex that was a friend. So now I'm just putting some arrows on, and I kind of like having triangles that are in a pair that kind of point somewhere. Like that kind of makes your eye go down the page, and it's kind of like the fast forward or rewind on a like DVD player, or like, you kind of know what I mean. So I kind of think it's like look this way or fast forward here or kind of stuff. I don't know, I like it. So I was looking through all of my stuff from Studio Calico past kits and the Odyssey kit this month. And I didn't use those other labels. And these things, like, they're stuck onto the cardboard, so when you pull them off, they become all wonky. But it didn't really work. I didn't use it. And then I was just looking through these stickers, and I found some little musical notes. Oh, wait, no. I found a circle to put behind this emoji. Yep. And then I find some musical notes, and I just stick them over the layout. No, I put this sticker on first. It just as you did it because it was quite hard to get through that day. It was quite an emotional day. So I'll just give myself a little prompt. You did it, yay. So this is where I put, no wait, no. It's just a little speech bubble with the musical note in it, and because it was a music festival, I thought it kind of went. This is where I put the musical notes on. So I just kind of put them randomly on the page, and the colours really worked, which was good. I wish I had a couple more of those stickers, but I only had 3. And as you guys know, I love my sticker books. Sorry, that's my dog. So I love my sticker books, so I'm just going through them, placing a star there. I thought there was 2 of those blue stars, but there was only 1. And it kind of looks a bit weird, but I left it. So I'm just flicking through all of my sticker books. A lot of them I have no idea what I'm going to use, like what I'm going to use the stickers for. Well, we ate like hot chips and really bad food because it was a festival where the hot chips the sticker was too big and I couldn't find a spot for it. And then I just put a little speech bubble that says fail, because me and her did fail. We got sick and then she left, and then it just wasn't the day we were planning. We were planning to get, a little bit drunk, a little bit tipsy, just dance the whole time. But I found like the music wasn't that great. The music was better last year. And I was so upset when I found out that Will Sparks wasn't going to be at Future this year. So this is just me failing trying to put a pop dot behind this little speech bubble. And then because it was a sticker, it was really flimsy, so I just put it on some cardstock to make it a little bit more thicker. And then I just put put the pop dot underneath, which kind of gives it a little bit of interest in that little cluster there, which I like. So that's that little insert. Now I have my 4x6 photos. These are the ones I got off Facebook. They're the professional ones. And I'm not sure whether this is taken in Sydney or if it's taken in Brisbane or Adelaide or wherever, which I don't really mind because they're awesome photos of the artists and the stages of all the people that go. So again, I just got my trusty Aqua Alphas out and wrote awesome, and then I put a sticker that says sweet memories with a few diamantes or gems, which I think looks really cute. I didn't really want to do too much just because the photos were really amazing on their own. And then I just got a green vellum arrow and stuck it onto that photo of that green foot up there. And it just says like on it. And I just think it brings your eye down. So that's it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Well, this car is automatic. It's systematic. It's hydromatic.